What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at ya.
And I am the Lizard Queen.
What's going down, everybody? Let's see who's up in the chat. We got Bakes in the house. What up, Bakes?
$100 if you know that reference.
We got Minnesota Marty in the house. What was it again?
I am the Lizard Queen. I'll give you a hint. It's a cartoon.
Yeah, do not know that one.
I forget what the name of the theme park was, but in The Simpsons, they go to a theme park, and then Lisa dives out of that little boat ride, and she drinks the water.
Yeah. And
she gets all psychedelically tripped out.
Yeah.
And when they find her, she's running around yelling, "I'm the Lizard Queen." She is geeked.
That's funny. I don't remember. I mean, I remember that episode, and I remember all that, but yeah.
It's like a real minuscule part of that episode, but I always thought that was funny.
Let's see. All right. So I went to the dispensary. We got some new stuff. I got some Tyson 2.0, but we're gonna try out some of this new stuff first. Got what the hell is this one? Mango Kush. Looked pretty solid. And then
that's throwback.
And I'm not really a fan of the garlic cookies necessarily, or any kind of garlic stuff. But the guy was really selling it hard. He was like, "Man, this shit's like 35% THC, and all the terpenes are like high as hell, also." And
I believe it.
I was like, "All right, let's try that."
Some of those garlic things, I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's extra funky.
He was like, "I'm from the Bay. I know my weed. All right."
I mean,
I was like, all right. I'll take your word for it.
You weren't lying. It is kind of, see, you gotta just be aware and be like, "I'm from the Bay." Oh yeah, just like, I mean, I get it, but
yeah, and that, who knows, that could be a shtick, so he just gets taken seriously. But he was like, "Man, I don't even know." He's like, "You fuck with the Tyson?" And I was like, "Yeah, I fuck with Redwood. They sponsor the podcast." He was like, "Oh, you got a podcast? What's it about?" And I was about smoking weed and fantasy football and sports. And he was like, "Oh shit, write it down. I'm gonna check you guys out." So we'll see.
He's watching it right now. He's like, "I am from the Bay, motherfucker." Takes one to know one.
All right, let's see. So how about first piece of news we got? Well, actually, a shout out to everybody else. Minnesota Marty, I think we shouted you out. What up, homie? We got our man Lee, our ear to the streets. What up, Lee?
What's happening?
We got Marco from the future. What up? Guten Abend Aliman. What does that mean? I know the Guten Abend part.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything else. He might be having me read like, "Good morning, I like a dick." Like,
what up, Peacock? All right, there we go. Minnesota Marty showing love on Twitch. Appreciate you guys showing love on Twitch. Crispy showing love on Twitch. What up, Crispy?
I don't know what I did wrong with this joint. I rolled that shit too tight or something.
Peacock said Jim Morrison was the Lizard King. And Bake said The Simpsons. Google said so.
There you go.
Hey, One Nation in the house. What up? So I'm going to smoke on this Mango Kush first. And first piece of news that we got to get into, Mike Evans. Oh, yeah, he is not happy over there. He said, "You guys got till the first week of the season to give me my contract extension or I'm out." He said he's not coming back next year. He's not playing around with him. And then, you know what, the next piece of news that I heard? Mike Evans and Chris Godwin might be potential trade candidates by the trade deadline. So I don't think they care too much about his threat.
It's gonna be whether they're in the mix or not, because they're two aging receivers. One has a contract. They both have low contracts.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, you get to the trade deadline, if you're not in the running for the division, they're going to trade some assets here. You know what I mean?
They're in a division that they probably will be in the running now, unless they just get off to a horrible start. They got to get off to a horrible start. Shit, weren't they only one game? Or, well, no, I mean, I guess last year they did make the playoffs, but I mean, pretty much everyone was only like one game out, wasn't it? Like everyone in the division.
Everybody was 8-9 except for the 9-8 division winner.
Yeah. See, that's insane. So I mean, if it stays the same, they should kind of be in the mix. I mean, everyone's good enough to like be in the mix, bad enough to like not be in the wild card contention more than likely.
But he's throwing for 650 pass attempts, maybe even more. Let's go, Baker Mayfield. God damn it, he's on the block.
All right, and let's see. Oh, okay. So I can't remember if we mentioned this on the news yesterday or not, but TJ Hockenson got that big old bag. He got that big old bag.
We definitely talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? It was 4 years, 68 million. Yeah. Now I remember Antonio said they couldn't give him another million.
69, dudes.
And now they said that they feel Kevin O'Connell feels very good about Hockenson's availability for week 1, saying that he's going to be getting into a lot of drills ASAP.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like when Evan Ingram got his bag with Jacksonville, nobody strayed away from drafting him anymore. And it's funny because Hockenson being the number 2 tight end in fantasy last year, he's not going off the board as such in this past month because of all the hoopla with injuries and wanting his money. And here we are right in time for the season. He's going to be going like around that fucking 3-4 turnaround watch.
Man, Lee said Nick Bosa and the 49ers have a $4 million per year gap in the contract negotiations. Man, that's all it is, and you're not giving him the extra $4 million a year when most of that's Fugazi money anyways? Come on.
I don't know. I mean, it's the principalities here. I was just saying this to Steamboat, that Joe Burrow and Nick Bosa have a lot in common, where they're both high. I mean, they're basically first overalls, top 2s.
Yeah. Was Nick Bosa 2 or 3?
Oh, Nick Bosa was 2. Right?
Okay.
No. He was 1. 2. Jets
Let
were
me
3.
double check.
Yeah, because the Jets took Quentin Williams right after, because it was between Quentin Williams and Nick Bosa for us. You know what I mean?
Yep, you're right. Number 2.
I remember this because I got this. I didn't get this correct. I mean, I wasn't quick on the draw in Jeopardy, like a second pick overalls.
Yeah.
And then fucking here's Spencer, Nick Bosa. Anyways, fuck him. Yeah, I mean, what Nick Bosa and Joe Burrow have in common, not only are they high end first round overall, top 2 picks overall, but like they had tore their ACL at one point in their careers and just kept producing on years that they were healthy. But that one season-ending injury is what organizations are going to use against you. You know what I mean? Like that's the difference of $4 million right there for in Nick Bosa's case, right? Like, well, you start bringing out the ancestry,
and it was $4 million a year. So let's say, I mean, there's a 4 or 5, year contract.
So we're talking about $20 million,
16 to 20 mil. Yeah, for sure.
What's TJ Watt getting, right? Because I feel like he wants $4 million more than TJ Watt a year. You know what I mean?
I think TJ Watt was 112. Yeah, boom, 4 years, 112.
Okay, what's that? Guaranteed?
80 of it is guaranteed.
So he probably wants anywhere from 24 to 25 million a year. That's what he wants. That's what Nick Bosa's looking for. He might even want
that's not. I mean, I wouldn't get him above TJ Watt money though.
Okay, yeah. See, I was doing my ghetto math. So what does the contract actually say? Because he was it closer to 30 million? Nick Bosa's gonna want because he wants 4 or 5 million more than Watt here.
So he'd have to be over 28.
So he wanted a whopping 32 smackers.
Because TJ is like at 28. So he, anywhere just over, if he's at 28.2, he's over that. He's like,
they might even be giving him like 29. They might even say like 29 or 30. He's like, nah, bro. You know what I mean?
And wants that 81 or 85, guaranteed. Give it to him.
You know what I mean?
Let's dab it up, Crispy.
He said, I want $2 million. He said, I want $3 million for every sack I average. And that's
man.
Here.
Peacock, why would they do this? He said, Mike Evans to the Texans. Bring him on home. I don't know why they do that.
They would. What if you want one more receiver going into next year? I think it would be Chris Godwin more than
I guess I'm not saying they wouldn't based on like how much they can afford, because I know they can't afford like a contract like his. I'm just saying though, like if they got Evans, that means that in their mind they're going for it. And I don't think that like they seem like a team that's like
making you could also bring in a veteran just for your young receiver. You know what I mean? To help.
They already did that. Bobby Trees.
He's a blocker.
Is that not some shit that like the young guys need to learn how to do?
I guess. But I mean, I'm talking about helping. That's for the run game. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Robert Woods, it's two birds in one stone. Veteran wide receiver to help your young QB. But at the same time, he's blocking his ass off for that run game. They about to fucking overemphasize.
That's why I mean, come on, man. What's more important in that kind of system than a wide receiver that can block?
You know what? I think why wouldn't the Texans be trying to go for it, right? You have no first round pick next year. Let's fucking go for it, right? It's a wide open division. I'm not scared of the Jags. If anything, I'll be scared of the consistency of Tennessee more than anything. There's a team that can come out and shock us in the South, and I'll be surprised if it's the Colts. But I won't be surprised if it's the Texans. I mean, no one really knows.
Could come out and shock us and be shit this year somehow.
Yeah, well, that won't surprise us either.
If they were shit, I'd be surprised. Yeah. I mean, I think everyone thinks they're going to win the division.
Oh, you talking about
the Jacksonville?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about Tennessee. I mean,
no. Yeah. If Tennessee came out like shit, I don't think that'd surprise anyone. Tennessee comes out and wins the division like they can with their style of play.
They always overachieve, huh?
Yeah, Tennessee, for sure.
Always overachieve. I mean, even last year was a really down year considering
they won number 1 overall seed and they missed Henry for like half the year.
Yep.
Didn't even make a difference.
With a busted ass Tanny and a hurt AJ Brown, they did that in 21.
Yeah. And AJ Brown was all fucked up in 21 also.
Yep.
Peacock said Bobby Trees won't be starting after week 4. If Evans gets there, or you mean because of Mechie or what? Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he be one of the top 2? Because that's what we're talking about, right? Just one of the top 2. Chino said Jag's going to murder that division. I mean, maybe, but man, I mean, I guess what makes me nervous about them is all their offensive lineman woes right now.
I mean, that's another thing too, is that might even actually boost some little mobility for a Trevor Lawrence. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we love it for Trevor. That means, more size, but yeah, you gotta get rid of that ball quick.
He's a slot targeting motherfucker. That's like that's what his go-to is. You know what I mean? So like, you don't really need the deep plays to develop down the field and where that requires time in the pocket. And then there's also like, rolling out and stuff like that to help get your guys open. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is doing it all. Like everything they've been saying about him, I've almost been not trying to read anything about him at one point because everything I read about him is like, oh my God, he's a god. They're like last year, he's going through his progressions, going through his reads. Now, bing, bing, bang, boom. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what does that even mean? Bing, bing, bang, boom. You know what I mean? But they're showing like clips of this motherfucker, like, you know what I'm saying? Like in training camp, just letting it rip. I'm like, okay. I mean,
he's about to have a nasty third-year breakout. He really is.
Yeah, I was about to say, you could clearly see there's a third-year breakout in the making here. And I think with that bad line, we're even going to get a boost in pass attempts here. You know what I mean? That's just, it's one of the formulas.
Marco says Hunter Henry or Conklin. I'm on the Henry side.
Henry. Where the fuck does Conklin even play? The Jets.
New York still? Isn't he with the Jets?
Yeah, maybe.
Antonio said, what up? He said, just watch Power. That shit was awesome. Yeah, so the new one with Tommy, right? The Force, Power 4. I don't even think I watched season 2. I gotta get caught up on that one. Peacock said Tank Dell's too explosive to not be on the field for CJ. I understand.
Yeah, especially I feel like as much as they're gonna try to run the ball, you know what I mean? I mean, he's gonna be an extension of that run game, like the shorter little scat back type of, you know what I mean? They're gonna try to do Debo shit with him, but he's just small.
Oh, Antonio said this is season 2 for Force. Okay, so maybe I didn't see the first half of the first season is what it was. Okay.
Somebody just tell me about it. Someone just spoil it for me. No, I'm serious. Like I probably won't sit through it. Even though Tommy's my favorite.
And Peacock said he could play inside and out. Showed he can separate on man during the preseason. Yeah, he wasn't playing, versus any like all the ones or anything like that either. I'm curious to see how it goes.
A little mini tank.
Yeah, because I don't really have too much of any of them outside of best ball, anyways. And what up, Magic Man? He said Trevor Lawrence is the prince. He said he got next after Mahomes. That's the thing that's tough, man. Mahomes ain't going anywhere for a really long time, so.
And even if like you were to order them, I'm putting Joe Burrow right there up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting him like damn near lockstep with Mahomes. Like the titles is one thing, but like skill, like I mean, man, like a pure passer. That's like I think for Trevor Lawrence, he actually has some athleticism too. That's low key. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't even think it's that low key. I don't even think it's that low key. We always talk about it. It's just it's not Fields. It's not like Hurts or anything like that.
So there's that, but like, man, pure skill as a passer and all the numbers and efficiency, and that's Joe Burrow. You know, like one thing with Mahomes was awesome is that he has a tremendous amount of volume in the passing. So it's like, and he's good on top of that. So like, you know what I mean? The efficiency on top of the volume. Like for someone like a Joe Burrow, I mean, when they're doing well, you're not expecting too much pass attempts, but you're gonna expect that efficiency. Like he might throw 25 times, go 18 for 25, 20 for 25, like normally. There's not too many games he's throwing for like 40, 45 times, unless like this defense all of a sudden takes a massive decline. You know what I mean?
All right, we're gonna try these garlic cookies. And Peacock said Van Jefferson's stock rising. Yeah, because the Rams already came out and said they want Cooper Kupp to be, to be like 100% before he really gets on the field. So he is in danger of missing week one. Week one's just, I mean, shit, a week away. And yeah, Van Jefferson could be that number one.
You mean Jean-Claude Van Damme Jefferson?
I want you to think. Okay, try to think of like a tier break of like, I don't know, like we got to go down round 14.
Cortland Sutton.
That's the tier break.
Van Jefferson or Cortland Sutton?
Well, no, and even at this point, I'm thinking like, who would you drop? Like, let's say, like, I mean, just try to think of someone. It could be Cortland Sutton.
I dropped Miller, Keontae Miller, whatever his name is, Killer Miller. I dropped him because I made a conscious decision in a league, the Green Bowl, where I need running backs. And I would be willing to hold on to the third party in the Saints backfield. But he has a hamstring, and that immediately made my decision.
Okay.
He has like we reported that yesterday. He got a fresh hamstring. Never mind. Drop Van Jefferson. Let's go. We're doing the splits. Helicopter kick.
And then if you were in a draft around Cortland Sutton is when you'd be taking Van Jefferson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like someone would take Cortland Sutton and it would trigger me to be like, I can get the same thing for Van. But I'm just saying that's like the range of outcome as far as production. I feel like if we got like a Van Jefferson, even in the number 2 role, I feel like he's a borderline top 24 guy this year. I've been saying that all offseason, even before this Cup shit. But also, it helps when the Rams have been saying that, right? Even Matthew Stafford himself, he's like, yeah, me and Jean-Claude, we've been working out all season, throwing the ball. He's fucking awesome, bro. Like, he's been sucking them off. And it's kind of funny because then on the flip side, Matt Stafford's like, none of the other team will talk to me. I like
him. All right. Is garlic
how's the garlic?
2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs
man
up.
Don't play on.
I didn't even remember seeing this in the case or anything.
That's a good man. They probably tried to. He said, "Listen, babe, I got to put you on game."
He was way too confident. He was like, "Oh man, what are you even getting this one for?" He was like, "I'm gonna get you the garlic cookies." I was like, "What the
he
fuck?"
He grabbed you by the shirt, pulled you over the counter. I'm high off it, right? I'm telling you.
Oh man, Peacock. He said Texans will only win 6 or 7 games tops. Man, that is some.
Is that enough to win the division?
That is some extra wishful thinking right there. Yeah. What do you got him at? Over under 5.5. So I'm assuming Peacock's at the over at 5.5. Last year was 4.5. I said under. This year it's got to be like 5.5. Like there's no way they're one of those 4.5 teams. Like and let me just pull up BetMGM right now. We'll see.
I bet you they're at 4. I wouldn't doubt that they're at 5 flat or 4.5.
Let's double check it. I'm gonna say 5.5 right now. Let's say it was 5.5. Where are you at on that?
5.5 does seem unreachable. I'll have them at 5 because we did this exercise before. We looked at their schedule, and that was then. Maybe my opinion is different now, but I remember I had them at 5 smooth wins and like 3 maybes. Like 3 can go the other way. You know what I mean? And that was the wishful thinking.
Right. Remember shit. See, they're at 6.5.
Wow.
Damn.
Smash that under.
Minus 130, 6.5.
I almost wanted to get real degenerate right now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, I got a couple bucks in here. We'll throw 20 on that one.
There you go.
Yeah, right now I got.
We splitting that? Want me to shoot you 10 for that?
You can.
Okay.
We got so here are the ones that I placed a while ago.
Joe Burrow,
MVP, $143 to win 1,000.
Fucking
so
go.
That one will be real nice. Come
Big Joe Burrow fans this year.
I took the Steelers over 8.5 because like they always fucking go above 500. Always somehow.
I mean, but do they at 8 and 9 season? That's still a winning record, or has to be 9? Correct?
No, that's below 500.
Yeah. So
even last year they were at 9 and 7. They still made it over, and they made the playoffs with that shit.
And even the first year he got 500 when they were 8 and 8.
Right.
That was if that was the year before they added the 7 seed, they would have been the 7.
Right.
They would have been in the playoffs that year.
Right.
Yeah, back in 2020.
And then there we go. And then Texans under 6.5. That's crazy that they gave him 6.5. But that's that's what it is, man. There's all this hype right now. I mean, the 2 first rounders, CJ Stroud.
It can work twofold, right? It could work twofold. It's like they could come out the gate. No one knows what to expect them to catch everybody off guard. But that would entail that CJ Stroud is just fucking a surgeon right out the gate, right? Or maybe the run game's working. Maybe the defense clicking, something. Maybe it all clicks, right? But then it's only a matter of time before they run into a good coach that'll put the tape out on how to stop them. You know what
I mean, shit, they play the Ravens week 1.
Yeah, so that could already be bad for the rest of the year. Like if they go out there.
Here goes the start of theirs. So they got the Ravens, the Colts, the Jags, and the Steelers to begin.
I think they beat the Colts.
Yeah, but still, I think they're 1 and 3 at best. Through those first 4 games.
Can we bet on that?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're just
first 4 games over. Give me the under.
Let's see. Silky Johnson said what they give the Bears this year. Let's see.
I think they gave them 8.
Damn, it's fucking crazy. 7.5.
See, damn, they're not even respecting the
Bears. And this year's wild. Okay, so it was plus money for the Texans if you bet the over on the 6.5. It's plus money if you bet the under. On the Bears.
Yeah, I mean because
crazy.
And what's crazy is the hype is all on. Like the hype, you can always tell where the public's at. And right now, the betting favorite for that division winner is the Lions, right? So like, yeah, what's the division? The division odds for like who's what? You know what I mean? What's the order here? Because the NFC North is interesting. It's technically wide open.
So on this, it doesn't give me division odds. It just gives me make the playoffs odds. But I feel like all those teams would either be winning the division or nothing else at all.
Yeah.
So who are we talking about here? About just that? The South?
The Bears. Da Bears.
So the Bears are plus 170 to make the playoffs, minus 210. Actually, no. Plus 170 to make the playoffs, minus 210 to not make the playoffs. So they don't got them winning the division.
Interesting.
Let's see what they got for the Vikings. I'm assuming they're the favorite. Plus 110 to make the playoffs, minus 130 to not make the playoffs.
We're still living in a world where like Kyler Murray's not officially ruled out, even though I think he is. What is the under over for Arizona? Because I feel like if they're giving us 4, we can smash that under. I don't think we see Kyler.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're at 4.5. They're minus 2,000 to not make the playoffs.
You could bet on them not.
Well, yeah, but it's minus 2,000.
Yeah, it's not no money.
Let's see. Cardinals are 4.5. Minus 145. Uh-oh. The downpour has started again.
Oh, word.
Glad I got all the glad I got all the running around it because it looked like even since this morning that it was gonna fucking rain.
Yeah, it was dummy gloomy over here today, but now the sun's out, but it got a nice breeze and shit. It's only about like 70 something. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, see, this one's kind of crazy though. The Vikings at plus 110. That just seems, I don't know. Seems like they're a lock to like make the playoffs. So I'm just surprised it's not like minus money.
It's
like the Saints, the thing that's crazy, the Saints, they're minus 185 to make the playoffs. They're more of a lock to make the playoffs in Vegas's eyes than the Vikings are.
It's the betting. It's the public.
Yeah.
Yeah, the public is on the Saints heavy for that division. And like I think there's more people that, especially being Minnesota, a smaller market team. I mean, people are gonna, I mean, and plus there's the Kirk Cousins aspect. I don't think anyone like the betting public views the Vikings as like money, except for like they've only been the covering machine of all fucking covers. Like them and the Lions, the last couple of years, they just cover everything, bro.
Derek, salute. And let's see what the the Detroit, they're the betting favorite to make the playoffs out of that division right now.
Man, this shit just gunked up on me forever now. It's so good.
Tino said the Cards are a sinking ship before the season starts. Yeah, I mean they're making sure that they do the sinking. Marco says how realistic that the Jets will win this year's Super Bowl. I mean, I guess it's not realistic to say that anyone's just going to come out and win the Super Bowl, but I feel like I'd put them in the top 10 out of 32 right now, at least.
I was gonna just be really safe and say I think their chances are 1 out of 32.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. 1 out of 32.
Tino said Cowboys lines are always wild. Let's see what the Cowboys are. Where are they? Minus 225 to make the playoffs. And let's see. Better or worse than the Eagles?
I bet you Washington is the money, like for the playoffs.
Eagles are minus 400, so they're still the betting favorite on that division.
Sure.
Washington plus 290.
There it is.
Because really, it's like someone is going to sneak in as a real shitty team in the NFC. Like, that's where I feel if you're going to throw a dart, like at one of those teams making the
NFC is so fucking wide open. I mean, Tino fucked me up the other day. Who's the best QB in the NFC? He's like, oh, fuck, Cousins, Dak.
Hurts. I mean, yeah, it's all bad.
I guess it's Hurts, I guess. Like for fantasy. I don't know. I mean, like, damn, that's the next question.
Tampa Bay plus 375 to make the playoffs.
I'm taking that, bro. It's the 650 kid.
He's
already got the Browns. He's already took the Browns to the playoffs. Let's fucking go.
The Raiders.
Mayfield's on the block.
Raiders, I think, might have the worst odds of making the playoffs. Plus 400. Nope. The Texans said, "Hold my beer." Plus 550. And then, it's so funny with the Cardinals. No one's even close. Plus 1,000 for the Cardinals to make it to the playoffs.
So you gotta somehow convince me that they're gonna hold it down till Kyler comes back, and then they take off. Because you know what? They're in the NFC. Everyone has a chance in the NFC.
I mean, shit. What were the playoff teams last year in the NFC? Let me pull it up.
Buccaneers, Cowboys, Niners.
Who were the wild cards though?
It was
the
Seahawks
and the Giants and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So what was Seattle's record last year? 9-8. See, it only 9-8.
And it took the Lions beating the Packers, or the Packers would have snuck in there and not the Seahawks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. I do like the seventh playoff seed. Like, that makes football so much more interesting for an extra week, because for fantasy, like, man, I mean, it used to be week 16, but man, week 15, week 16, I mean, some of these guys who already had, the bye week already sewed up because there was 2 bye teams instead of just 1. And then there was only 6 teams that made it. It was like, you had to be right within there. Like, now you could be 2 games out with 2 games left and still somehow. Make it in at 9-8.
I lost the championship 2014. Andrew Luck playing against the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are just murdering them. And Andrew Luck's blanking out the first half, and they already got the division sewed up. Second half, he comes out in civilian clothes. I'm like, what? Is he gonna get out there in the clothes? So wait, so he's just done. What? Like, that was only the second year I was playing. So I'm like, this actually happened to me. You know what I mean? I have the fucking the best QB in fantasy, and he's not doing the best QB things.
All right, let's jump back into the news. How about Mingo being Bryce Young, like emerging as his favorite target, really throughout the preseason, OTAs and everything? Adam Thielen's trash. DJ Chark's been hurt. I always said the best thing that I liked about Mingo, you could compare him to Joe Burrow and T. Higgins. Not that Bryce Young is Joe Burrow and Mingo is T. Higgins, but they drafted him the next pick right after you drafted Bryce Young. Like, you wanted these guys to be together, and you wanted, this kind of connection. If there's any of these rookie, receivers that I'm targeting with the late dart throws, like, I really think Mingo is going to be like the only one. Because I don't even like the rookies for redraft.
And they'll all have their time and place this year, like rookies do.
Is there any rookie wide receivers that you'd actually draft?
And
not just like out of value, like you got, let's just say for where they're going, like right now.
Yeah, the Quentin Johnstons of the world, getting a lot of him. It's probably bad, but like what's funny about that is that you go into like the history bag, right? Like this guy could be like an injury away from being like fantasy viable. And it's like, you look at Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, like, all right, yeah, let's draft Quentin Johnston. You know what I mean?
Tino said Zay Flowers entered the chat. It's not that I don't like Zay Flowers. I think he's just going higher than I want to pay for him.
I think if I have Zay Flowers, Dynasty or anywhere, the moment he has another big play like he did, I'm flipping the fuck out of that kid. Somebody finna like that. I don't care if I'm wrong for years to come for Dynasty. This is the outside burner. Like, you know what I mean? You flip those guys. Like, not everybody can be Will Fuller where all of a sudden the main guy leaves and then we get a year of Will Fuller running like the complete route tree. Because that was kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
Until he died on everyone like he does. And then even worse, he gets caught cheating.
We got a little bit of news. So Marty said Josh Palmer just got announced as the wide receiver 3 for the Chargers today. I mean, I feel like that's to be expected. And how about I just saw this news right now that
Marco from the future.
Yeah, Marco from the future. And so I just got this news right now that Deion Jackson is slated as the starter for week 1.
Told y'all.
Yeah, it's
flip
ugly.
Him.
It's ugly.
You hear me, streets?
It's ugly.
Streets. You got Jonathan Taylor in the green ball. I'm trying to give you Deion Jackson.
It's ugly. It is ugly. And okay, so I'm not sure who said this from the Broncos, but they say that Samaje Perine has a real chance to be the lead back for a large portion of the 2023 season. And I read this, and that all I see is that Javonte Williams. I mean, yeah, of course he's not 100%. So, yeah, just get you some Samaje Perine. Get you some Samaje Perine. And Joe, what up? He said, I got Dion in my flex. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Traquan Smith underwent groin surgery, unlikely to play week 1. Let's see. And Marco said P. Ryan. So let me put it in. I'll put in how to spell his entire name just in case you guys don't know. Samaje Perine. That's who we're talking about for the Broncos. Apparently Devontae Adams might be on the move if the Raiders aren't doing good. This is according to Dan Graziano saying that he might be a trade deadline guy. Let's see. What else do we got here? Oh, yeah. George Kittle back at practice, just like Joe Burrow. We mentioned that yesterday. Jamal Adams has been ruled out for week 1. Kendre Miller, yeah, he's got the hamstring issue. Taysom Hill, he made his return to practice. Deshaun Watson is named a team captain by his teammates. All right, let's see. Who else we got here? We already mentioned this, but Josh Jacobs, he agreed to the 1 year, 12 mil, and he's got some per game bonuses and different things like that. And Jacob said there is no hard feelings. It's a clean slate. Give me that money. Let's see here. What else do we got here? Logan Thomas says he has no more restrictions and he should be ready to play week 1. Breece Hall is slated to play week 1, but they said they're going to be cautious with his workload. So I'd be nervous about starting Breece Hall week 1. I probably wouldn't. Mark Andrews not practicing on Thursday. They said he was working out on an adjacent field and looked like he was running well. Ravens are going to be cautious with him. We still don't know what the hell's wrong with them. All right. As if we didn't know that this was going to happen. But, of course, Ken Walker, he's listed as the starting running back. For anyone who thought it was going to be Charbonnet, you were wrong.
Am I back?
Yep, you are now.
Oh, whoa, that's weird. Got full on call right there. And when I hung up the call, I was
on. Derek's favorite mascot, Chase Young, is uncertain for week 1 after suffering a stinger in the preseason.
That guy be getting some boo-boos, huh?
Yeah, he's always getting hurt.
Plays hard, I guess.
Let's see. Oh, on a recent podcast, Joe Montana said that the best NFL player in history is Dan Marino. And of course, as soon as this comes out and it's a little, soundbite or whatever, everyone's like, oh shit, he's talking shit about Tom Brady.
I mean, it's all subjective. Who knows how he analyzes what he thinks is great, right? And this is coming from someone who's heralded as the GOAT of all GOATs, right? Joe Montana. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is Tom Brady's GOAT, right? And Tom Brady got all the titles, but I'm pretty sure, Joe Montana will dissect it and be and find little ways to nitpick. When you look at Dan Marino, I mean, man, he's greatness without the titles, and he didn't make it there. But hey, what do you know? Sophomore year loses to Joe Montana.
Yeah, and they never make it back. You would think second year in the league, you would just think, oh man, I got 4 or 5, more of these. And it's crazy. Their defense was just that bad to where they couldn't do shit. Because he's throwing for 5,000 yards in an era where people are barely cracking 3,000. You got your Dan Fouts in the 4,000s, but not too many.
What did he? How many times did he throw for 5?
There was only one.
One of the ones? Okay. Yeah, because I know Drew Brees got everybody by a mile with that.
Oh, yeah. No one's even Patrick Mahomes is the closest now.
Yeah, because he got 2. Yeah, but Brady got 2? Brady only got the 1, huh?
Brady only has the 1 because, he didn't.
What was it was 4,900 with Moss, something like that?
No.
It was the 50 tugs, but it wasn't.
Yeah, let me go back and
because did he not go for 5,000 with the Bucks 2 years ago?
So when he didn't go for 5,000 with Randy.
Okay.
It was with
50 tugs.
Oh, wait. You know what? Okay. In 2011, he did go for 5,000. So he did do it twice.
Wow, I didn't even know. That's low key right there. I mean, he did get back to the Super Bowl that year. 2011, he was with shredding. That was the enter 12 personnel as their base package, killing shit with Gronk and Hernandez, and then you had just Wes Welker all over the fucking goddamn place.
Yeah, so Dan Marino 5,000 once, but it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times he led the league in passing.
I think he could be looking at just like, okay, if you think about it too, back in the days, it was like you had Pennsylvania was heralded as one of those places that produced like these hard-nosed QBs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dan Marino hails from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then outside that, it's like the Texas boys are known for QBs. Cali, right?
Yeah.
Dan Marino, he was kind of the last of the Mohicans for real, coming out of Pittsburgh, like real mainstream guys to translate into the NFL. You know what I mean?
And Dan Marino threw over 40 touchdowns. It looks like twice. Almost cracked the 50. He had 48 in that 5,000 year. And like to put it in context of like how good that is for the time, Joe Montana only threw over 30 touchdowns one time.
I mean, we're just a pretty team, you know what I mean? Finessing, just up and down the field. Plus, we had a good defense. Like, we might have been like these finesse, like, everyone said, oh, they're fairies and stuff, you know what I mean? Because of the way we played. Yeah. Versus like just the super hard nosed, running the ball type of era it was, right? But then also they forget we had an awesome ass defense those years, like for that decade. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and see, and that's what's crazy is Patrick Mahomes, I think, and Peyton Manning, and then Tom Brady, he got it the once, but I think those are the only ones who've ever eclipsed 50.
Yeah. And for Mahomes and Brady, they reached 50 each, right?
Right. Yeah, they didn't eclipse.
And I remember, so Peyton Manning, he gets the record 51. And then not only did he get 51 in that game against my Niners, he goes and throws for 4 more.
Yeah, because he got up to 55.
Yeah. He was like, and I remember they panned over to Kaepernick. This is 2014. And then Kaepernick was on the sideline. He was just like, because he just threw a pick. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then they got it down to the red zone. So then here's Peyton Manning. He's about to throw that 5th one or whatever it was. It might have even been the 4th, actually.
And see, that's what's crazy. It was like Peyton Manning broke it first. Dan Marino's 48. He broke it first with the 49 in 04, but then Brady cracked 50 in 07. And then Manning beats it again in 2013.
There you go, 2013, not 14. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Andrew Luck threw the most touchdowns in 14. That was 40.
Yep.
And then Aaron Rodgers and Dan Marino. Aaron Rodgers and Dan Marino, they're the next with 48.
Yeah, because wasn't Aaron Rodgers like MVP that year?
Yeah, that was 2020 when he had 48.
Yeah. Yep.
It's insane. And Patrick Mahomes just out to like an insane rate doing all this shit like in the first like 7 years of his career, shit that took guys like Peyton Manning, 15 years to like do.
I mean, Edgerrin James was still a thing for like that first good chunk of his career, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I mean, even that's funny too, how they started out with Marshall Faulk first.
Yeah.
And that was Peyton's rookie year. He was so ass.
Yeah.
He still set the rookie record that stood until Russ actually tied it, and then Baker actually beat it. But,
Edgerrin James ran into the ground those first 2 years. 369 attempts as a rookie.
69, dudes.
1553 on the yards and 13 tugs. And then 387 in year 2, 1,700 yards and 13 tugs. And he had close to 600 yards receiving in each of those years. So he's going for 2,000 all purpose in each of his first 2 years.
I forget what he just got into the Hall of Fame not too long ago. And he had like a saying, like a mantra the whole time, like gold teeth, now gold jacket. He was saying he had something like that. It was something slick though. He's like from gold teeth to gold jacket.
I like it. Because 01 and 02, I mean, those were his years when he got hurt, but then it was like from 03 to 07. So I mean, all those Peyton years, I mean, shit, he's over 1,000 every single year. 2 of them he went for 1,500. 2 of them he went for 1,200.
He got Super Bowl chippy.
Yep, hell yeah.
Played in 2 of them too, right? Was he there? Well, actually,
he left in 2007, so that I don't think he was, or 2005 actually. No, so I was the last year, so he left after that. He left after the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Hey, go out on a high horse. Yeah, time out.
Probably got a bag to go to Arizona after that.
Oh, that's right. He did go on to play for Rona.
Yeah, and he had 1,100 and 1,200 in those next seasons. Over 300 carries in each of those, but not a lot of touchdowns.
That's crazy.
And Marty said I might have missed it, but is there a date set for the IDP auction? Oh, yeah. It is Sunday. Let me see what time. I believe 4 o'clock West Coast time.
I think we're going to attempt this auction draft for Steamboat's League this Sunday. It has to be.
I mean, yeah, when else are you going to do it? You going to wait and do it during the season? But yeah, that's what's crazy. Yeah, see, that it's just not the same. Like, I see so many people like, who wants to join a dynasty? Let's start a dynasty like right now. And like, those are the leagues that are
so unstable.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure.
Like a redraft that wants to be a dynasty, and the next year it's like, hey, there's like 8 people that are leaving.
Yeah, and like you're missing out on the most fun part of the dynasty is the fucking draft and being able to trade draft picks and being able to somehow acquire multiple first-round picks if you want or whatever.
I think it would be pretty awesome if we had 10-minute clocks, because then it would close to simulate what the actual league is doing. And like, you know, you can't have nobody fucking bullshit you. Listen, bro, we got 5 minutes, bro. What's up? You know what I mean?
You're making this move right now, or
you gotta make this move right now, bro.
I guess the thing that's tough about that, depending on how many spots, you know, I mean, that's still a long ass time. Like, even if it was the offense only, and we do 26 rounds, I mean, that's 26 rounds of 12. I mean, that's 312 minutes if it was just on a minute clock, you know, and everyone was taking.
I'm definitely the motherfucker in the draft that's pissing everybody off because it's like fucking round 23 and I'm still trying to trade in and shit.
Slowing
damn it, bro. You're making a draft take 3 days, bro. That's hold on. I think I got a deal here. And I'd be the one on every time I'm on the clock. Who won it? I'm gonna take this thing down to 8 minutes.
And Marty said Matt Corral to the Patriots. Yeah, that was a little bit of a shocker. But
Patriots. Yeah. Okay, is Matt Corral not the Nevada kid? Did he come out of Nevada or Reno or something like that?
Let me double check.
Because this kid was shredding for real. Like, you know, like, I mean.
Ole Miss.
Oh, no, he's Ole Miss. Oh, never mind then. I'm thinking of the other kid.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about someone who was drafted in the 3rd round last year.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be like a 2nd round draft capital, right? A 2nd round draft projection.
He was one of those ones that Todd McShay and Mel Kiper fucking missed on hard.
Those guys suck. Damn, they're not any good.
Not at all.
Can I get paid to be horrible? Actually, I don't envy another man. Yeah, honestly. Congratulations to them, right? You're getting the money. Really shitty takes. A lot of people off. Man, it's kind of funny when you think about it.
Yeah.
They're laughing. They ain't helping nobody win.
Yeah.
It's all the chalk things. I told you guys to draft Bijan. I said it. Bijan Robinson.
All right, let's see. So the Chiefs GM is very hopeful that Chris Jones is going to be in the lineup for year 1. All signs are pointing to him wanting to be into that 20 million, you know, a year plus. He wants to be in that. I'm not even sure what his actual contract is right now.
He's trying to cash in off of 15 sacks as from the DT spot. That's awesome. So
yeah,
I mean, literally with a quote unquote down year, like for what we're spoiled with Aaron Donald, because I think he finished higher than Donald last year stats wise. So he's like, I need the money. And that GM's a pretty smart one. That's why they got rid of Chris Ballard and hired his predecessor. You know what I mean? Because this guy, he's been the one that make the moves that's got him 2 titles so far. You know what I mean? And when they asked Andy Reid about this, he actually deferred to the GM. Yeah, he asked the GM about that. You know what I mean? Smooth.
This shit is so funny. You know, didn't you say something about the Colts GM recently?
Yeah, Chris Ballard.
Yeah, what'd you say about him? I can't remember.
I said, like, he's great at like scouting players, but man, putting together and running an organization, the guy sucks. That's why he's been fired. That's why he's been in 3 organizations in the last like 6-7 years. You know what I mean? He went from the Chiefs to the Browns and now the Colts.
Now let's listen to this quote from him. This is quote unquote from Chris Ballard. I'm not going to sit here and give you some rosy posy picture like, oh, everything's okay. It sucks for the Colts. It sucks for Jonathan Taylor. It sucks for our fans. It just does. It's where we're at, and we've got to work through it.
Damn, bro, give that man a job. I'm like, I want him for my GM. Look at the shambles he got him in. Wow.
I mean, it's not all his. I mean, come on, the Irsay shit. Like, I mean, that's the problem with Jonathan Taylor.
All right. Let's look at some of these GM moves. Okay, you bring in. Okay, life after Andrew Luck.
It was all bad. It's been all bad. Can we even judge him based on these QB moves?
But then you bring in Phillip Rivers. That was kind of a stroke of genius. You got it right into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, they were a 2-point conversion away that went right through Michael Pittman's hands like a fuck.
And that was after the Bills. And that was after a whole season of backup Brissett being your starter, like just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Didn't even know what
and then Phillip Rivers gets you right back into with a shock putting that motherfucker. Remember, there was no fucking audience in the so you would hear him talking shit. He was like, Phillip Rivers was like, I see you over there, 2-5. I see you, 2-5. I see you. You don't see it. He hikes the ball and offsides. Told you 2-5. I was telling you. I was like, what? Phillip Rivers is talking shit. But he's always talking shit. You can just hear him. You know what I mean? PG style talking shit. Doesn't say F words. Says Farfig Nuke and shit like that. You know what I mean? No curse. We're good Christian. 11 kids after marriage. I'm sure. Like a real Christian rocking a bolo. But then, I mean, then here's where the bad GMing comes in my opinion. Just simple as like their QB selections. They bring in Carson fucking Wentz. And it's like, okay. And now maybe that's a Frank Reich thing. He's like, listen, I did good with the kid. Look at the 2017 numbers. I'm telling you, he's still in there. All right, Frank. They're bringing Carson Wentz, and then that happens, right? And then they said, hold my beer. Get me Matt fucking Ryan.
Because they traded for both of them. It's not like they were like free agents.
Bad
not like they were free agents. There was really no good, to their credit. There's no good QB free agents out there, really. But yeah, those are bad moves.
Trade.
Those are bad moves.
They fell short of getting Stafford. Remember, they were in the mix for Stafford.
Yeah.
Right?
They didn't have a QB to send back.
They sure didn't. They said, what was the other kid, bro? Fucking, oh man, people were picking him up too when Carson Wentz broke his leg, his ankle. Remember that? What is that kid's name? I was like, don't touch him. It doesn't matter.
Marco says Frank Reich means France in German.
Oh, cool. So, it's funny because I hear Reich and I think of Third Reich when he says German. I'm like, oh, we should stay away from that one.
Let's see what else we got over here. Oh, for some IDP life. So right now, I guess Jalen Carter is projected to win the Defensive Player of the Year. And everyone, or at least whoever's making these assumptions, is claiming that he's going to have double-digit sacks right out of that interior defensive line spot.
It's funny because I think Aaron Donald even commented on him. He's like, that kid is. He's not the next me. He's him. He said something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
High praise.
Hell yeah. Emil said, would you trade T. Higgins and Dameon Pierce for Amon-Ra Mostert? No. That's like trading 2 really solid players for 1 good player and 1 like really not so good player.
It's 2 50-cent pieces with a 75-cent piece, and then Mostert's like a throw-in.
He's like a nickel.
You get 80 cents on the dollar right now. Fuck that. I remember when you broke it down one time like that to me, it stuck with me forever. Yeah, you're right. He can't worry about nothing but 3 quarters. He's trying to give me a 50-cent piece. Fuck that.
And Marco said defensive player of the year, defensive rookie of the year. My bad if I said defensive player of the year.
It's all good. We smoke good weed.
Yeah. And Oh man, Antonio said let's draft tomorrow, tomorrow or Sunday, so I can get drunk during the draft.
Okay, all right. You want in on a $200 super flex all offense? It drafts at 8:00 p.m. New York time. That's drinking time.
What?
Vodka? What? Whiskey? More vodka? And more beer.
And I think I'm gonna start one more of these 3 QB leagues. It'd probably be a Monday draft. Just so many more people wanted to get in. Like all of a sudden.
More vodka, more beer. Yeah, you know what? I'm hyped. Let's get fucked up. You don't really need to tell me twice. What's today? Friday? And I got some babysitters. Let's fucking go. Let my hair down.
Yeah, we don't even really have any drafts tonight. We're doing the league season 2.
I'm down. Oh yeah, never mind. We already had that convo. Cause it's like fucking late night draft on a Friday. Oh yeah, we can't do that. East Coasters. Get them really drunk.
That's what it really is. We need the East Coasters. We need you guys to stay up till 8, and we'll start one at 8. He said, "I'm already drinking." Antonio said, "I'm already drinking twisted teas."
Okay, put it in the chat. What's a twisted tea? I'll make one. Is it just tea with any kind of twist? And by twist, I mean liquor. Which would be like, okay, when I first started going out to the bar, right? And like, or even like being 21, where like I could be eating somewhere and order a drink. I never knew what to order. I would go straight to the Henny and Coke or the Long Island iced tea. And I swear, you have like 2 or 3 of those iced teas, bruh, faded. Now this motherfucker I was having lunch. He just, oh shit. He started tipping hella extra. Yeah, it's a good lunch. I'm like, yeah, I spent hella bread at lunch. The twisted teas. I bet
Marco
you he got
said
vodka.
Vodkas for babies and commies. Oh man.
That's funny because Marco's German. What do? They just drink warm beer or what? That's the thing, right? Or is that just Europe?
I don't know. Yeah, I can't fuck with vodka though. It's got to be. Yeah, it's just. I've gotten sick too many times off of vodka. It's just not the stage for me anymore.
See, here's my thing. I'm disciplined enough when someone tries to say, "Hey, bro, take a shot with me. What you drinking?" And it's just such and such. I'm not drinking that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just pretty good. Like,
I'm disciplined enough now to tell. Like, who was it? Dennis. Let's take some shots. I was like, I ain't taking no fucking shots. I was like, I'll do a dab.
I know you're like, hit the gas mask. I was like, nah. You're like, hit the gas mask. I was like, nah.
No, I didn't even ask you a second time. I was like,
yeah, you did. You're like, yeah, you are. That's not what you said, actually. I was like, no, I'm not. You're like, yeah, you are. I was so twisted. I think I was even sitting in the chair like this. I was like, nah, I'm not in that gas mask.
I already knew that you weren't going to, but man, I need to.
I've always passed on the gas mask.
Yeah, one of these days, we'll figure out how someone's gonna throw in like a $20 super chat or something like that, and I'll take a big rip off the gas mask.
$42.
We might do that to start the NFL games on Sunday. Who knows?
Oh.
And Tino said, I only like hen dog. And see, I wouldn't be doing shots, but I'll be sipping on the hen dog.
It's funny because I like Patron, and everyone says, man, Patron, man, that shit made me go on a fight and shit. And I'm like, man, that's what Hennessy does to me.
Yeah.
Hennessy made me want to fight or like plot on like money making schemes. Like, listen, bro, this is what we're gonna do here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Hennessy made me want to like turn the lights down. Hold on.
Emil's not playing around. He said, I'll super chat 20 right now to see that happen.
Hit that motherfucking gas, please. Hit gas mask, please. Drop that link in the chat with the motherfucking 420 superchat.com in this bitch. We're gonna hit that gas mask. You might need assistance. Somebody just like that bitch for you. Right?
No, I got it. Well, because see, I never really knew necessarily how to hit him, but now I see because Bakes a lot has hit it before, and I saw him hit it. Like the whole thing is like as soon as like you're done roasting the bowl, you pull the bong part out, pull that down so you don't die. And then, well, no, it's already filled up, but then that's when the air starts coming out as well.
Yeah, because Zoo is better than me. Because shout out to Zoo. And he just keeps declining all my shit. You're not even to give me any play. Anyway, Zoo, when he hit I'll hit the gas mask. And he was off everything. We were off everything at that moment. And I was like, I watched him hit it. I was like, I'm definitely not hitting that gas mask.
Let's see. It was okay. Let's see. Andy Reid says he's unsure if Chris Jones is going to report to the team before the Thursday opener. Jones is entering the final year of his 4-year, $80 million, and he has a base of 19.5. So that's what it is. Trying to get over that 20 mark somewhere.
Is that the Aaron Donald money?
No. I mean, fuck no. Uh-oh.
Oh
shit.
It's not real.
Flash flood, man.
You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure universally there's a lot of us that'll admit when we were kids, that shit used to frighten us. This was a test. You gonna start looking around. Oh, okay, it's just a test.
Yeah, see, no one's got Aaron Donald money. 3 years, $95 million. Fuck, man. Like, he's getting paid like a shitty quarterback, but like defensive player.
Not even. He's getting paid. I mean, Tyreek Hill's getting paid like a Jimmy quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, who's got money like that? Gino? Didn't Gino get like a 3-year, 90?
Like 30. He's getting like 33-ish.
Yeah.
It's something like he got 52 guaranteed. It's like he got like 100 something, but like 52 of it guaranteed, and it's this year and this next following offseason when he gets to March, he'll be 52 on the books, and then they can actually get rid of him after next year. Yeah, so like it's gonna be interesting because it's like I feel like they're gonna just keep rocking with him, like, you know what I mean, or they're gonna what are they gonna do? Hit the free agency market, like, and try to go after Cousins or something, or like, you know what I mean, like.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Rendon found us. What up? What up? Yeah, it's cool when people find us now because now it's like, it doesn't just pop up for people who are subscribed. I'm going to start doing a better job of like posting the link on the YouTube post when we go live.
We're very elusive. Would you believe me if I said, I told Hustler, listen, we're going to make it very difficult for them to find us. And the ones that find us, we're going to write their names down. They matter. They're getting invited to the cookout.
And he said, it's draft day for me in 2 hours. Would you rather have Lamar in the 4th, or should I wait for a T-Law Watson round 7, 8, 10 teamer? Yeah, I'd rather do that. Wait. Yeah.
And like, I'd rather get Burrow like in the 5th or something, or even in that 4th. I'd rather take a Burrow. I understand it's a 10 team and there's the rushing aspect of it, but like, I feel like call me a bonus hole, but if I have a rushing QB, I'm going to emphasize my second QB. I need him to be decent because I might need to use him because rushing QBs tend to die on us.
The Tino said, goddamn flash flood warning made me shit my pants.
See what I'm saying? See, Tino knows. It takes us right back to childhood.
I heard that shit, man. Like, I could hear it coming down outside, and it went from like being, somewhat sunny to like, you can just tell it's gloomy as hell, like outside right now.
I had the homies that was in Hawaii just vacating when there was the false warning that there was a missile coming at them. Do you remember that? It's probably like within the last 10 years. But they're just in the streets, and you just hear the air raid. And you're like, what the fuck? Where is it even coming from? And I guess it comes out on like all the light posts and shit like that.
Yeah.
And like everything just all over the city. You hear this, you're like, oh no, it's the apocalypse. It's the apocalypse upon us. I came here for some motherfucking poke. Goddamn. I came here for some goddamn Kahlua and poke. God fucking damn it. Aloha world. Because it means hello and goodbye.
For those who don't know.
And that was their goodbyes right there. You hear that motherfucker? Hey, that air raid was pretty dope, huh? I kind of hit that. That sounded legit, huh?
Came out of nowhere, for sure.
Out of nowhere, that motherfucker. They're not ready for the air raid.
And Tino said, "Why even play the air raid? Let those people live the next 2 minutes, not scared."
That's cold, Tino. Tino went again.
Ignorance is bliss.
She was like, man, I'm going out in a blaze of glory on the beach. She said, what's that flash? What's that flash over there in the sky?
Flash.
Sipping his Henny and Corona.
Antonio said, that means run, bitch, run.
I mean, the shit. He said it was hectic too. It was early in the morning, I think, though. He just happened to be out there. You know what I mean?
Tino even said it though. He's like, bruh, missiles coming. What can you do? I know, right? Like, where are you gonna run?
Hey, motherfucker, I had an argument with a dude, right? And this is a legit argument, man. And shout out to my man Ian, bro, because I've had this argument with him several times because I'll bring it up to other people, around people, how stupid he is. Because he has a theory. If we're in an elevator and that elevator's falling, right before we get to the ground, just jump.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's solid. That's solid logic.
You're gonna jump and smash your head right into the top.
I don't even think so, because like
we're not doing this. Never mind.
The force is still coming down. I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Like either way, that shit's not gonna work. You're getting fucked up. Like no matter what.
He's like, no, bro, and he claims to have done this. I'm like, bro, no.
He claimed to have done it. Listen, I've survived 3 elevator crashes in my day. It always works,
bro. Listen, 1, I'm never getting on an elevator with you, and 2, fuck no, you're a dead motherfucker. That's not working. No. He was trying to explain to listen, bro. It's physics, bro. Physics. We are not scientists, bro. You can explain anything to me. I'm in disbelief anyway.
And so PJ said Mythbusters did that one bogey shit don't work. Yes.
See what I'm saying? Motherfuckers died to find out the truth. We're going to put this watermelon in here. We have a hydraulic system. And you just see watermelon guts everywhere. Blah.
We're just waiting for the chance to be able to do it.
This is a stupid motherfucker. I hate that guy. I'm going to call him right now.
Because, like, first off, like you wouldn't even be able to jump. Like the force would be coming down so far. Like, I don't know, just like I don't know. It's like at the Whaley house. You remember the Whaley house at Knott's Berry Farm, like back in the day? Like you could try to stand up straight as much as you want, but like you really can't. And like
that's funny.
Without falling.
Knott's Berry Farm. Where's Knott's Berry Farms? I've been there.
It's like right Disneyland.
Yeah. It's kind of whack. I ain't gonna lie to you.
it was just, I think it's been around. I think it was even around before Disneyland. Yeah. And they actually had roller coasters there. So like that was like the difference. Like because
Disneyland will not sell. They will not sell to Disneyland. How they're like, never. Like, listen, we want to buy this shit, tear it all the way down.
Nah, man, haven't you seen that Knott's jelly or whatever?
Oh, that's what's holding them up. It's the jelly.
Well, that's not what's holding them up. That's like the same company. So it's like, you know, like this is just a little play around thing. They got the whole jelly, you know.
Oh, they launder. Oh, that's how they launder their jelly money through the Knott's Berry Farms.
It's that jelly. It's that jelly money.
You start asking questions about Knott's Berry Farms. Bodies start popping up. Listen, no one touches Knott's Berry Farms.
And Tino said, for reals, has said you'd probably be floating, yeah, and then slam right back into the floor, yeah. That's what I imagine would happen.
Bro, I had this. Listen, we had it out, bro. I don't give a fuck if I see this guy in the club and it's popping. I'm gonna be like, listen, bro. I swear to God, that shit wouldn't work.
Told you that shit's not real, motherfucker.
I'm about to pull up the Mythbusters on YouTube in your face.
All right. Thanks, Crispy. Crispy tagged me in the Rocky division. Let's go. Yeah, we got round 21. We got a lot of ways to go here.
Round 21. We're not holding anything back, folks.
I'm really not even like paying attention to like who I have on my team. I'm just like taking guys at the top of the list.
That's a fun strategy. I started doing that at one point.
Yeah, just like doesn't even matter. Just like let's hurry this shit up.
Routine stuff in this point of the draft, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I always gotta.
There we go. Javon Holland in the 21st. That seems like a good pick.
Very good. 10 points.
All right. There we go. Yeah. At this point, I care about the best ball still, but I care about it happening faster for these damn slow drafts. They've been going on forever.
Yeah, the necessary roughness, I got so fucking annoyed. I just queued hella shit. And then when I went on auto, I was like, screw it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, I've been putting people in the queue everywhere. Because if I at this point, like, I mean, unless it was like some real shit pick, and it was really my fault on why I didn't set anybody in the queue. That did happen a couple times. Like, I'm not living with this guy.
It did happen to me one time when you were asking me, you want me to replace that? Like, who is it? It's like, it's Michael Mayer. Like, you know what? Oddly enough, I feel like I should have him. He's probably gonna do nothing, but if he does one thing that get in a lineup, it was worth that draft.
Tino said, "Oh shit, Huss, for reals, the Jelly Gang laundry money out there through the theme parks." Oh yeah, well they were the Jelly Company first, and then that's how the theme park spawned. And I'm pretty sure Knott's Berry Farm was before Disneyland.
Knott's Berry Farm. You probably get a season pass for like $80, huh?
Yeah, see, look at that, 1920. Fuck.
Damn. So it was the Jewish mafia that was involved with them. Then my Italians came out this way, and they were like, okay, we're gonna set up a couple of Jews out here. Meyer Lansky. Fuck it, it was Meyer Lansky's.
Crispy. He said throwing out the IDP life. Someone on the clock in an IDP life or something. He's just throwing it out there.
Tis not I.
Yeah, we got 3 slow drafts that are still going, and then we got the 1 Mortal Kombat fast draft that's going to be on Monday. And yeah, we're almost about to finish this Dynasty. This other one.
I'm using my phone because I'm downloading this shit on my computer. It just keeps getting stuck for like an hour on one spot. Then it moves like 5%. I'm like, this is fucking with me.
Tino said, someone just give me 100 million. You'll never hear from me again. I bet.
Tino, if for some reason, right, I come up on 100 million, I swear to God, I'll give you half. As long as if you find that 100 million first, you also do the same for me.
There we go.
Win-win.
And Antonio said, you got to take your birthday twins with you, Tino.
Yeah, that's right. 33 million each.
Marco said there was a TV show called Brainiac. It did the same shit as Mythbusters, and they both tried to figure it out. And he said, if the brown sounds exist. MB said no, but the other said yes. So one of them's lying. One of them did not want them to know that they shit their pants.
Oh. I mean, you know, you might die. That's like a... Hey, okay, I forget
the brown noise is that it's a noise that's so like deep and it hits a certain pitch that it makes you shit your pants.
Whoa.
There's been multiple references of this. South Park is one, The League is another, and I know there's other like places it was referenced.
Is this a noise that a human can achieve?
No, it would be made like some kind of like trumpet or like something where it's going like hella like very
low
deep
frequency. Yeah,
very low frequency.
Low end. Yeah, like you know what's funny is like motherfuckers be making beats and shit, and they're like, bro, I can't get the slap right. I'm like, do you have subs in your studio? Because like like the lower end you put it at, you're not gonna hear on no regular studio monitors. You know what I mean? You're gonna need something that picks up that low end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it always hits them like a ton of breaks. Oh. It's like, duh. It's like in the whip. And you know what it is? I think youngsters, they don't fuck with sound systems in their whips. Like, at least, you know what I mean? Like, how we were growing up, you know what I mean? Because then, like, everybody knew about some EQs and whatnot. You feel me?
So here's what it says. The brown noise, the brown note supposedly is between 5 and 9 Hz.
HZ. Wow. Because I know what decibels are. HZ. What is that?
Let's see. Yeah, it's so low frequency. Nobody even knows if it's there.
It's like, so it's the complete opposite end of like the dog whistles, where it's like it's so high pitched that only dogs' ears can pick it up and other animals.
Yeah, this one's so low pitched just so low frequency that it fucks with your bowel movements. Antonio said, "Look at me, Brian." It was Don't Look at Me. He's like, don't look at me, bro.
Don't look at me, bro.
Don't look at me, bro.
Is that season 2? I feel like I saw that. Or you might have just showed me that clip.
No, I think I showed it to you. Yeah, that's not season 2. It's farther.
I'll get to it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm digging the league.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's a good show. It's a good show. And see, and even the rest of the way, don't even go watch. Like, just go watch the first episode and first episode and last episode of the seasons, and then
just fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks later. Yeah,
that's kind of cool. Because I don't care for spoilers either. Like, I don't care. Like, if I haven't seen something and someone swears it's so good, I'm like, tell me about it right now. Like, you're just gonna hype it up, and then I have to go watch it now. Just tell me. Saves me some money and time. I mean, what?
PJ said the brown sound. The brown sound is when you hear the sirens behind you when you're driving.
You hear that blurp, that bloop.
Hell yeah, man! I definitely got PTSD from some shit like that. And Marco says it's supposed to be done frequent that makes your muscles relax so much they shit your pants. Yeah, I mean, what was it?
Fucking awesome! If I could like find out that note and like key it like anytime I'm constipated, I'd be like, I'm gonna need everybody to leave like a 50-foot radius of this house right now. Why? Because it's about to get real shitty for everybody. And just hit that.
In Grandma's Boy, they had the brown bomber weed, and it was so good that it makes you shit your pants. And it was funny, Jonah Hill. He was like, "No, I don't want to do that. I already shit my pants once this month."
You know, I've sharded in my day. Never shit the pants though. And I felt bad when I was potty training my son, and at one time he had dookied in the little boxers, and I was like, I was so upset with him. But I was like, at the same time, like, I mean, shit. How can I get mad as a kid? You know what I mean? He's so used to just standing anywhere taking a shit. Now he has to sit down. Like, I have to civilize him. You know what I mean? Like,
I almost feel like you got to do it once. Like, they just have to do it once, and they feel like so ashamed. Like, because like Noble did that once. It was like it never happened again. Like after that. Like,
and you know, it was funny too. It was one of like his face. He got excited for the underwears because like we had them little fly ass little boxer briefs, and it's like little, with like Spider-Mans and stuff like that. And I was like, see, there goes the Spider-Man, bro. We throwing that away. We ain't watching that one.
Yeah.
Got Dookie in that now. You know what I mean? Throw that shit right away. My girl, I never told nobody. My girl, hey, you seen that Spider-Man underwear? Oh yeah. And it's something that happened. Don't mention it to him though. We're over it.
We'll just tell your mother we ate it.
Right. He fucked the shit out of that pie.
Man, I really like. I want to do American Pie, but I almost want to do Jay and Silent Bob, like for that call out, because like he was like, "Hey, you're that motherfucker that fucked the pie."
I mean, it's almost like it's almost as good as like things in the 90s. I felt like it was a lot of things were like shock value or like character driven, right? Like for example, Jaleel White can do nothing. He's Urkel forever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them Olsen twins, why do you think they never came up as grown-ups? Because they're just the little kid stars, Olsen twins. No, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Motherfucking then there's like who were we just talking about right now?
Jason Biggs.
American Jason Biggs. He fucked the pie. Stifler, he drank the nut. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, you're that guy that drank the nut, aren't you?
Man, that movie spawned so many things. You know that pale ale did not exist before then.
I made this on a custom.
So they made it pale because the nut jumped up in there.
Well, no, it was like he came in there. He's like, "Hey, Stifler, how's the pale ale?"
That's right.
And he's like, "Fuck you!" And
that's funny too, because what's his name? He was a fast finisher, huh? The dude that blew his load in the beer.
Yeah.
She must have went down on for like 20 seconds.
I guess they never say if he and Antonio said, "What up, Noble?" And I don't know if they actually say how long it took, because they cut back and forth like to him.
No. In movie time, it's about 20 seconds.
Maybe.
Fast. The guy didn't know what he was doing. He had to go call his weird, creepy older brother all the time. He's like, okay, there's this pervert book that we buried in the library, right? You go find it, It's gonna teach you everything you need to know. What?
And Tino said, "What's the movie where Jay and Silent Bob are in front of the store with the Russian rock singer cousin? Yeah, doing Berserker. Yeah, it's Clerks. It's the first one.
Oh yeah, Clerks. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another one that he was in, but he wasn't him. Was it Detroit Rock City?
That who was in?
It was Jay, like the guy who played the actor. Was that him in Detroit Rock City, or was it like a Jay ripoff?
Yeah, I think it was a Jay ripoff.
Yeah, because remember the Freddy versus Jason? They had a Jay ripoff in there too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, because he did Clerks, Mallrats. I don't know what drawing flies.
So he only did like the homies joints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, then I guess he started doing more stuff like later.
Probably got calls from Hollywood. Who is this? Fuck you. Fuck your role.
And he was so fucking funny in Zack and Miri Make a Porno. It's like, what's your name? Lester the Molester Cock and Stuff. And they're like, wow, that's a great porn name. He's like, what? I get a porn name? All right, I want to be Pete Jones.
Nice.
And Marco said, didn't Stifler bang the grandma of someone? Yeah, the third one, American Wedding. He thought he was going in with like the hot chick, and like it was the MILF guys. They threw the grandma in the fucking closet.
Yeah, grandma totally sucked, man. Yeah, sure way.
But see, that's all it was, man. She just needed a little bit of loving. She had a smile from ear to ear after Stifler got put in some work.
And he thought it was for the marriage, for the wedding. Because remember, she was already upset. Not Jewish. No. She looked at her real close. Oh, not Jewish. Oh, she was not having it up. Oh, what was his name in there?
Jim?
Yeah, no, Jimmy. Not Jewish Jimmy. He was not having it.
That was so funny. They come in and they see shit break catch. Oh, Granny. And she was like, focus.
Close the door.
Then had that big ass smile. She was grinning from ear to ear. Jim's dad, I haven't seen my mom this happy in years.
I mean, they made him eat shit like dog shit. And then just when you think it's gonna get any worse, he gets in that old rusty box.
You know what? That's what happens when you're the asshole. That's what happens when you play the asshole. Sometimes shit comes back to the asshole.
And then he got the girl in the end.
Yeah.
Oh, because he fucked it all up. Remember, he like hit the fucking he hit like the temperature shit on all the flowers, and then all the flowers were dead, and then he fucking
he's like, I'm gonna suck on her titties like she's a cow or like something like that. She walked in on him doing that.
Then he's like, yeah, like he was flossing. That's just funny.
And Tina said, Brad, Jay and Silent Bob are too fucking funny. Man, so Dogma was the first movie that I saw of theirs, and that's just so fucking funny. Like, man, that scene where they're in the restaurant.
Are you gonna give us a blowjob when we get there then?
It was like the whole time, no matter what the topic was, they kept circling back. So do you do anal? Is it true that chicks fart if you blast them in the ass?
Then he starts fucking taking the clothes off when he thinks it's all over.
It's like, hey, the whole world's gonna end. You said you'd fuck me.
He's like, yeah.
Oh man, PJ said George Carlin in Dogma, the head of the church, amazing. Oh yeah,
Buddy Jesus
comes up. Yeah, Buddy Christ.
Buddy Christ. There it is.
Pop.
That shit was funny. Oh, Buddy Jesus is from the 21 Jump Street, right?
Yeah.
And then Korean Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Buddy Christ, that's what they called him in Dogma. Yeah, it was so funny. He was talking about fill them pews, people, get the kids in there, hook them while they're young. And Chris Rock's like, kind of like the tobacco companies, huh? And he was like, Christ, only if we had their numbers.
Damn. Damn. Because they're in the murder business.
For sure. And Marco said there's so much more in that room than last time. He said, you damn fool, your dick stuck in the wrinkle. Oh man. Yeah, George Carlin. He was in a bunch of theirs. He was in Jay and Silent Bob. He was teaching them the rules of the road, the unwritten rules of the road.
Hey man, George Carlin is fucking dope. His fucking stand-ups be.
Yeah, he's wild.
When he got like darker, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Started wearing the black, you know what I mean? I'm not sure if he was still smoking the cigarettes at that point, but I don't think he ever quit them, huh? Because I know he died from that shit.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, but he was just like, because he was a thinker, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And his wordplay was like unrivaled, you know what I mean? Like I'd still say like my favorites are like my personal favorites in no particular order is like Richard Pryor, and there's specific ones like Live at Sunset, Richard Pryor, you know, Eddie Murphy Raw. Man, who was I just talking about?
George Carlin.
George Carlin, bro. Like
he had so many. I don't even remember which one. Yeah,
just like I went down a rabbit hole for like 2 days straight about a year ago.
I swear he has more stand-up specials than anybody. He has to.
I think he was doing the yearly joints where he had that, like the little 10-year joint with HBO or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you go like it's literally him progressing through like his ideologies, because then he becomes like he becomes one of those ones they wanted to silence, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Crispy said George Carlin was a genius, RIP, that's for sure. And I like this, PJ. Classic George Carlin quote from Dogma. And he was like, the Catholic Church does not make mistakes. And they were like, what about this? What about this? He was like, okay, mistakes were made.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Carlin was a genius for real, though.
Yeah, he was awesome. He was awesome in those movies for sure. But yeah, what are some other... I'm trying to think any other George Carlin movies that let's see.
I don't know, you got me. I'm more so it was for me because I discovered him hella late, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know he was like a phenomenal stand-up comedian until I got like older and shit. And it was like, oh, it's like especially when YouTube came around when you could just watch anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I started revisiting. I went down the George Carlin rabbit hole like a year ago. I was like, man, this guy, I'm just reliving shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and like all that shit was like before we were even born. So at least most of them anyways.
And then like as far as like funny motherfuckers, like man.
Oh yeah, he was in Bill and Ted. That was the other. I knew there was something else.
There you go. Duh.
Bill and Ted. Come on.
No, right? Fucking
Rufus. Listen to this guy Rufus. He knows what he's talking about.
Rufus.
Yeah, knew we were forgetting some classic movie with him.
I know. Yeah, but fucking like Norm Macdonald to me, one of the funniest motherfuckers just ever. Just never not on.
Yeah.
Always on. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. 69, dude.
69, dudes.
Classic. Whew. All right. I think it might almost be time to get up out of here and do another bowl before we go. The Mango Kush. Man, see, this one's kind of crazy. Okay, what do you think about this, Bogey? Because I know you see a lot of like harvest dates, packaging dates, like you're familiar with all that shit, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So this one,
that could depend the price too. You can not,
right.
A lot of people could tell, you know, like, oh, you know, you got like it's getting closer to the date on this one. You know, we got it for, you know, X amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. And so this one, for example, so harvest date 4/14, final test date 6/13, packaging date 8/14.
So last month or this month?
Well, this month, yeah.
Yeah, earlier this month, yeah.
I mean, I guess that just seems like a long time from like the harvest date to like final test and then packaging.
Still got to dry them out too, hang them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that could be lengthy. Curing, you got to cure them. You know what I'm saying? Then like it also could be like the fact that it's so saturated. Things that it's a waiting list that you just got. You send it probably sits there for a while before it gets to the testing because there's so much fucking volume. You know what I mean?
See, like this one, the garlic cookies. So the harvest date 7/12, final test date 8/7, and then packaging date 8/8.
Okay, so from 7/12 when they harvest it, when they chop it, right? Then they're gonna dry it out. What's it?
Yep.
2 weeks.
How
long we carrying in bitches? Maybe another few.
I mean, shit. I mean, this looked like, from July 12th to the 8th of August. So I mean, that might be like legit.
Like you've been in those hanging rooms.
Yeah. And they're all,
like,
I mean, at least the way the redwood does is legit, just like coat hangers and shit.
I've never, when you said they had them like 50 feet in the air, I was like, that's amazing. Cause
big ass, long ass sticks to reach all the way up there and get them down and shit.
Yeah. And then how they carry it, do they have like a whole room for it or?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And they had all the what's it called? What are the carbon fiber
question, by the way?
The carbon fiber, what are those shits? The
big old filters.
Yeah, carbon fiber filters. Yeah.
Those are super legit.
Crispy said, "I'm actually Rufus in the Bill and Ted League." Nice.
Hey,
smart man.
We did go back to my first baseball game though, Dad. My first home run without you. You couldn't go to my first high school dance. Got my first piece of tail without you.
Learned how to shave without you. Learned how to drive without you.
Learn how to figure skate without you.
And Tina said that's probably the last run, huh? She probably got the last elbows.
Yeah, because it's fucking like everything. Like I'm sitting around doing nothing right now. This past couple of weeks, and it sucked too. My phone clock was like every time I call you, it was going straight to voicemail. I'm like, I know. People telling me that. My phone's been hella geeking since Vegas. And you
reset it and everything?
Yeah. This week now is like people was like, remember I couldn't even email shit from my phone. It would just say fucking what is it called? It would say unable to whatever. What the fuck? And then my shit was be a smooth 5G. Like what? But yeah, I was missing all the phone calls and I was like, man, I need like any kind of I'm missing everything. Yeah. But it's cool. I could idle by and in September go crazy because then you know what I'm saying? You be able to anticipate the shit that's coming, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's just
is right now flood season? I mean, because even because Planet 13 was juking today. I mean, of course, it's Labor Day, so I just assume a lot more people.
Oh yeah, got a lot of deals too.
But I mean, not necessarily, but
okay, I would assume because it's holidays.
people are just coming here, from everywhere. Like every single taxi.
It's the big boy.
Yeah,
people. Shit.
They were flooded with flavors in the $75 one as well. Like they had 3 of the Mike Tysons, and that was kind of it. And then they had I don't know, maybe 5 to 8 flavors in every other case. And I think there's 8 cases just on the best in Vegas. So yeah, there was and Tino says, does Nevada have outdoor huss? I mean, I don't think so, right? She'll get burnt to a crisp.
There's a ton of outdoor that's being brought in.
Yeah, but that's for sure. Yeah.
I mean,
that's coming from the Bay, not from Nevada.
Even if you were to humor an outdoor, when would you start that? In literally October or November? I mean, it still gets dummy cold, actually. It still gets dummy cold, actually.
Yeah, see, the only time you'd be able to do it would be early March to June, I think. And somehow if you're able to do that, because it's gonna get so hot in July, it'll just roast all that shit.
Maybe do a half and half, have it outside for the first little stage. Ooh, I don't know. It's just indoors. That's the only way that's gonna ever happen in Nevada.
Yeah, especially all these, all these major companies all these major companies that are selling to the dispensaries. These are not small mom and pop shops. Redwood might be one of the smaller ones, but
really,
yeah.
Oh, they're claiming the fame that they got all the celebrity brands though.
Yeah, and I mean,
the tree is fire.
And they pull a shitload every single week. They're on weekly cycles, to where new shit's dropping every week. So,
do they have a rapid cycle room where it's thousands of clones going, and because you get when you rapid grow them, you get a clone basically.
So I don't think they're doing rapid fire, but I mean they do have a huge clone room though for sure. I mean there's thousands in there and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Gary, what up? Gary said, I'm ready to be back. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Gary.
He's like, where am I going to go get those? Yeah, he's the one in the green bowl.
Yeah, shout out to Gary.
He's like, where am I going to go get that Wafers pen when I go out there? I was like, man, they're not out there yet. That was a California exclusive that they sponsored. And Crispy, he said the Toad, very smooth. Hell yeah. Crispy got to check out some of that Toad. It's awesome.
Nice.
And that's one of those ones, man. Like, that's a real, like, treat, you know, for anybody who gets to smoke on that.
Hell yeah. Well, shit, I think I got to get up out of here, too, now I'm looking at the time.
Yep, sounds good. All right, we're going to get up out of here, and we'll be back 5 o'clock for the League Season 2 breakdown.
Yeah.
You guys are here with us. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.
As I make my way, the fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame. It's no surprise I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to waste. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
In the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your work sure would help a lot. Put your life together.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side Ho, where they know my name.